I'm Benjamin Voss with FNH USA. I'm here at the 2012 SHOT Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. This year FNH is launching the PSR Ballista, made by Unique Alpine, is coupled with FNH USA to produce our submission to the Special Operations Command Precision Sniper Rifle. The Ballista is a multi-caliber rifle. It will come in .338 lapua, but also have caliber kits for .300 Winchester, Magnum, and .308 Winchester. The heart of the system is the bolt that locks into the barrel extension, and the ability to change the barrel, the bolt head, and the caliber all at operator level with just 3 tools. It takes about 2 minutes. I'll demonstrate. First thing you do to do a caliber change is you remove your caliber specific magazine. The magazines are sized, it's a .338 size, externally, so all your magazines are externally the same size to keep all your magazine pouches the same regardless of the type of ammunition that you carry. The .308 will be sized a little bit smaller on the interior and have different feed lengths, but externally will be the same. It comes in a high capacity or low capacity magazine. Under .338, those capacities are 6 and 8. On the .300 Winchester Magnum, it's 6 and 10. On the .308, it's 9 and 14. The next thing I do is I'll remove the bolt. The buttstock on the Ballista is a folding buttstock that not only folds for carriage but also to remove the bolt. The bolt draws to the rear. The bolt stop is located on the left-hand side of the receiver, acts as the bolt stop, the bolt set, and the bolt guide. To remove the bolt head, one of the caliber common parts, the safety of the bolt is placed in safe, and that blocks the striker from going in and out of fire as you disassemble. It does not require any tools, just place the striker or the safety in the safe position. This allows the bolt to be disassembled. Once the striker draws out of the bolt assembly, the striker actually doubles as the bolt head retaining pin. Once the striker's out, I just slide the .338 caliber bolt head off. Both the bolt body and the striker assembly are caliber common. They work on all 3 calibers. If I were doing a caliber change and I wanted to go to .308, I simply put my .308 bolt head back on. It's held in place while it's disassembled by a detent. Insert the striker assembly and screw it back into place. Once the striker's in, the striker doubles again as the bolt head retaining pin. The next thing I would do to do the caliber change, the final step, is to replace the other caliber specific part, which of course is going to be the barrel. On board the removable forearm, you'll find the 2 tools, 2 of the 3 tools that are required to do the caliber change. One of them is a T25 wrench, a Torx 25 wrench. On the left-hand side of the receiver, there are 4 clamping screws that clamp the receiver around the barrel extension. The FM Ballista has an aluminum receiver because the steel head of the bolt locks into the steel barrel extension of the barrel, much like on an M16 or a Scar 16 or 17. And that way, that barrel extension and bolt lock the receiver, lock the breech, not the receiver. The receiver can be made of lightweight aluminum. So the receiver clamps around the barrel extension. The 4 screws on the left will relieve that tension. Because the receiver is bedded down and clamped into a chassis, it doesn't allow it to flex enough. So I'll use the other tool in the forearm, a T20 wrench. I'm going to use on the right side. It's actually going to spread the receiver apart, allowing the barrel to be pulled directly out of the front of the receiver and out of the front of the chassis. Again, the T25 to loosen the 4 screws that clamp the receiver around the barrel located on the right side. Because the receiver sits down inside of the chassis, these screws are captive. They don't fall out while you do a barrel change. You just loosen them. In fact, if you try to loosen them too much, the chassis system actually stops them from falling out. My T20 wrench now goes on the right side on the barrel or the receiver forcing screw hole. I tighten it, or effectively tighten it. This stretches the receiver. Let the receiver relax and stretch. All I have to do is draw the barrel out of the front of the receiver. You'll notice on the bottom of the barrel extension, there's a keyway. Inside of the receiver, where the receiver split on the bottom, is a key that indexes the barrel to 12 o'clock each time the barrel is removed or replaced. So if I take my 338 barrel out, and now I want to switch back to 308, I take my 308 barrel, insert it in to the open receiver, turn it till it indexes on the key, and then slide it in until it stops. The next thing I would do is take my new calibered bolt head, insert it into the receiver, and I'm going to close that on the loose barrel. This sets the head space. Now I'm going to take my T20 wrench, and I'm going to relax the receiver and let it just relax around the barrel extension. Again, this is a loosening motion. Then I'll take the third tool that I need to do the barrel change, which is a torque wrench set at 70 inch-pounds. On the left side, where my clamping screws are, I'll tighten those screws down. Much like on a car's tire or a car's wheel, there's a torque pattern. You snug them down first, and then you come back on the second or third pass to hit the torque on all four of those screws. With the barrel in place, now torque down and head space, the only other thing I need to do is fill my new magazine with my new caliber and insert it into the magazine well. And in about 2 minutes, maybe a little bit longer since the explanation, I can go from a 338 Lapua, capable of shots at 1,500 meters, but it cost me $5 a shot. I can go to a 308 and train it under 1,000 yards, or close range, or in urban environments, and it only cost me 90 cents a shot.